Hello there. I want to talk about the abuse that one suffered in Chicago. Four young black people committed aggravated assault against a mentally challenged white man of about 18 years old, according to the news stations. Details are sketchy, even though it is being reported on the news and on Facebook and other internet sources. The four assailants are Jordan Hill, Brittany Covington, Tesfaye Cooper, and Tanisha Covington. Two of them are sisters, and one of them happens to be a friend of the victim. Apparently, they went out for New Year's Eve and came back a couple days later, and this Jordan Hill character had stolen the vehicle that they were partying in. So it said. The victim did not know that, and eventually they ended up at this apartment where the Covington sisters lived. Where the incident took place, there was play fighting. Basically, they were just having fun or whatever. Jordan Hill and the victim were play fighting, and somehow it escalated into something more serious where they started recording it on Facebook. They bound and tied the victim. They punched and kicked him. They cut part of his scalp, even gouging him, so I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but he definitely bled from the head. They dumped cigarette ashes on his head and other things as well, and made him drink toilet water and things like that. They're being tried for aggravated battery, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated unlawful restraint, and a hate crime. Hate crime because supposedly they were yelling slurs like "fuck Donald Trump" and "fuck white people." The thing is, it's like the perception of an idea being presented in the media of a bigger problem. Because as many people know, stories of hate crimes and racial tension and most certainly kidnapping and torturing and things like that, the story ends up much worse than it is. But this one was broadcasted on live television. Well, not live television, but it was live Facebook. And it was put on television. And you may go, well, why was it? Why would something, a barbarity, be put on television? Meanwhile, these four black individuals wanted this video to go viral. That has nothing to do with me, but I've wanted plenty of my videos to go viral, and that hasn't happened. So, why should a bad deed be taken into like even consideration of going viral? Why shouldn't Facebook just stop right then and there? They didn't. I didn't see the video, and I have no interest in watching it. I got the gist of it, and that was good enough for me. Part of what I think, and any psychologist may or may not agree with me on this matter, is that this could have been brought on upon by sexual tension, sexual frustration. The individual was a white male. He was bound. He was dominated. He was humiliated and embarrassed. Some women find that attractive. And the Covington sisters may have been interested in that. It's quite common where a newcomer comes into a group and the new group has hostility towards them for two different reasons. One, because the men in the group don't like that guy because the women are interested in him. And two, because the women are interested in him, but they want to dominate him, and they want to show their power. And this is a way of doing it. And they may just have taken it too far. Maybe that's not even what they coherently thought. Maybe they didn't even know that they had sexual frustrations towards this white, mentally disabled or mentally challenged individual. That's another topic of debate. Is he actually disabled, like he has a physical impediment, or is it just like he has a psychiatric issue, or what's the deal? Because that brings on the whole set of questions of what was he doing hanging out with Jordan Hill, his friend, for 2 days beforehand? Was he heckling him? Was he saying anti-black things? Was he trying to agitate him? I don't know. I don't believe so. I believe this was just a bit of a crime of passion. It just heat of the moment kind of thing. It just sort of happened. They whipped it up on Facebook, what they were doing, and they were hoping to get a lot of views. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't hang out with someone who honestly thought abusing someone else would grant you views and help your video go viral. If you thought that your friend or anyone you were hanging out with wanted to do that, then obviously there's an issue there. Something's not right. So yeah, it could be a sexual frustration issue. Women tend to be like that. Women are different from men. They think differently. Sometimes what turns them on, doesn't turn men on, and things like that. Like, at this point, I'm not saying Jordan Hill was gay, and I'm not saying Tesfaye Cooper was gay. I'm just saying that they were probably, beating their chests like gorillas and defending their territory. Therefore, the women they knew. And they didn't want any interlopers. And anyone who even presented themselves as even being a possible person who could get in with their women, they got angry. And this leads to the women perpetuating that idea by trying to mind control the men into believing that maybe they are interested in this young white man, and it's going to be detrimental to their sexual activity as a way of control. Women have a way of talking and saying things that I don't understand. I don't get. I don't even want to get. I don't want to get into that scene, yo. That ain't me. In light of all this, it's not the worst thing that can happen. Most certainly, there are other bad things and even worse things that do happen in the United States and don't get recognition by the President of the United States, Barack Obama, who said this was, did he say it was deplorable? Or he said something along those lines. I forget exactly what he said. Or repulsive or something. I forget. Someone can correct me in the comments. That's okay. I'm not going to be too bothered by it. But all this in consideration, the white male victim, although it was a traumatic experience, although he suffered abuse and all that, and although it's totally wrong, he got out of it alive. And the thing is, in the reverse situation, there was a character by the name of Dylan Roof who did the Charleston church shooting just in 2015, not too long ago. So before people jump on the whole race bait, let's fight each other over small squabbles and have short-term memory issues where we can't remember what happened a little while ago, just take everything into consideration. What somebody does that's wrong is something that they shouldn't do. Doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter the reason, doesn't matter the historical purpose of it, if that is even what is in their mind at all. But just know that it's not okay to do things that you're not supposed to do. Obvious things. You think from a logical perspective and you go, hey, wait a second. They're not supposed to do that. They're not allowed to do that. So why would they think they can? Why would they think it's okay? Why would they think because of the birth of social media and be able to put things up on Facebook that they should be allowed to do wrong things and be rewarded in the sense that they get to be on national television, their face anyway. They get to be on the internet, Facebook in particular. They get to get addressed by Barack Obama. Although I respect what Barack Obama said, that it was a disgusting act or something along those lines. I forget what he said, like I said earlier. He should have said nothing at all. He should not have addressed it at all. He should have had nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with him. Why should he have anything to do with it? So I've covered some ideas in this video. The higher-ups, this Eddie Johnson character, who was the superintendent of the Chicago Police Force, he made a statement saying it's reprehensible, and he said something else too, I forget what, but that's okay. He basically said don't do it and it's wrong, which is the gist of what I gathered would be right. These young black people should be punished, and it should be labeled as a hate crime, but they're brought in the media spotlight because it's a smaller, duller version, less intense version of what's really going on in the United States and in other countries. So I don't think they should have their pictures posted over Facebook or over anywhere and be glorified or anything like that, because the media outlets, they know if you put pictures up on your media page of these characters, then factions who agree with them, even if they are bad or whatever, will promote them. They don't deserve any promotion. Like they were beating this white kid. They were kicking and punching him. They were cutting his head. They used the word gouging. I don't know if that's true or not, but if they were gouging him, that's significant. That's really harsh stuff. I'm sure they're not going to get off easy, and it's nothing like Dylan Roof, where trust me, he's in hell right now. He's in the worst place imaginable, and I don't feel that guilty for him, to be honest with you. Whatever punishment he gets is probably what he deserves, so that's that. But these 4 black individuals abusing and aggravatingly assaulting a young white man who's handicapped or mentally disabled or mentally challenged or whatever you want to call it, unacceptable. Despicable. Yeah, that's the word. Obama used the word despicable. Quite an accurate word, but I don't think he should even acknowledge their existence by saying anything about it. President shouldn't have to say anything about that. Of course, me mentioning Dylan Roof. Of course, a lot of racist things have happened over the years, over many different types and reasons. But it's never acceptable. So anyway, these 4 black individuals are going to get punished. There's no doubt about that. You broadcast over Facebook exactly what you're doing, and it can be manipulated into a propaganda video or propaganda story. It doesn't matter if maybe you did stroke some people who are bent, who are evil, who have bad thoughts about people. It doesn't matter. The good people are going to triumph. When they do, they'll put you away, as you deserve. Anyway, that was the gist of what I wanted to say about this. There aren't a lot of details, so just gonna tail off this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.